So we want to talk more about Puerto Rico, and for that, we're bringing in an expert here. Our first guest is Elisha Maldonado. She's a senior fellow at the Independent Women's Forum. How you doing, Elisha?
Yeah, welcome to the show.
We're actually friends in IRL too, and we have friends in common.
Right? Yeah.
The media world is so small.
So small.
Yes.
So small.
We
very
all know
little.
each other.
And
We're
then
very fortunate.
You wrote an article on how young Puerto Ricans have never seen a government that isn't corrupt.
Right, yeah.
Big statement. I think that is true. Give us a little bit of history lesson on this.
Just the scandal or just history
overall,
of corruption?
corruption.
It's
I mean, large topic, but
In like 30 seconds, Elisha,
It's
right?
just big government. It's big government. It's cronyism. Putting your friends in office. I was told when I was in Puerto Rico this last week that government was the job to go into because it gave you health benefits. It gave you all of the, it gave you benefits. So that was the job to go into. So much so that it got so big. And, when you get all of the money and put it in your own pocket, it's fun to stay there.
So let's talk about stabilizing Puerto Rico. What do you think is the next natural step to make sure that people stop leaving, that people have economic opportunity, that safety, security, welfare of these people who are American citizens?
Cut down the size of government for one. Take these, big, huge policies, which are really interestingly hard to name. Like most Puerto Ricans can't name them. But cut down the size of the government, cut taxes. We have the Jones Act, which really jacks up.
Tell us about the Jones Act, because I think that's something that people don't know about.
Yeah, it's just Puerto Ricans are taxed heavily. Like I think it's like I don't know how to explain it simply, I guess. But everything from the mainland, from America, is really heavily taxed. So they face two taxes on the island. So it's just really expensive.
Yeah, the Jones Act limits people. Yeah. So when you buy something in Puerto Rico, it has to come on an American flag ship. So let's say you're buying wheat from the Dominican Republic right next door, right? It first has to typically get on a ship and go all the way to Jacksonville, Florida, and then all the way back to Puerto Rico.
And on those ships, only Americans are working, right? They only hire Americans.
Yeah.
So
double
Puerto
taxation.
Ricans.
So they're protecting small marine interests to the detriment of every Puerto Rican.
Right.
But Elisha,
their taxes are higher than
do you see the Puerto Rican and the Puerto Rican government, by extension, getting out of this mess? Because at the height of their debt crisis, I believe there were like $74 billion in debt,
50 billion
almost as much as New York State.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we have a much larger
much larger
population, and we have a lot more money here. Yeah.
I mean, I hope so. I'm hopeful. I mean, that they can pull themselves out of it, but I think it's going to be a really, really long time. It's going to be an uphill battle.
I was thinking, I have worked alongside some really smart people who grew up in Puerto Rico, right? And it seems like when they look for higher opportunities or better paid and more opportunities in general, they come to the mainland, understandably. How do you stop people from leaving now? Because before I was like, hey, I'm here, this is my home, so I want to stay close to mom and dad. But now it's like, oh, my home is a mess. So
I mean, I think that people are of course, migrating, but I still think a lot of people are staying. It's still very much the mom and pop kind of situation. My aunt lives right next to my grandparents.
Yeah, tell us how you feel as the diaspora. Yeah. You are a descendant of Puerto Ricans who migrated to the mainland. How did it feel to be home and to witness this historic moment?
I haven't been in 30 years. Last time I was there was three. I was 3, so it was really great to go back and just kind of reclaim that Puerto Ricanness a little bit. So it was fun, and interesting to see just the way like how everything seems so much smaller, and it was good, and I was really excited to watch the people kind of give the middle finger to it.
Yeah, they could kind of show us a thing or two over here.
Yeah.
I mean, we're this big bad country, and we just kind of lay down and take it, don't we, over here?
I mean, well, they've been laying down and taking it for a while too, but they're not enough. So.
I mean, right now, obviously, it's in political turmoil. Don't know if the next governor's going to confirmed. I mean, a lot of people don't advocate this, but in a situation like this, do you think Washington should even try to influence a little bit here and there? Because if their Senate and House just can't get their acts together.
No, I mean...
No, that was fast. No.
I mean, if they're not going to really give Puerto Ricans a say, I think they should, leave them be and let them sort it out.
Yeah, fair enough.
Well, Elisha, always great having you here. We are looking forward to how many more articles do you have about Puerto Rico coming up?
2 more coming
in
up.
the New York Post, so catch those.
We'll be watching.
Thanks,
Thank you
guys.
so much.
All right.